One of the lead roles has been given to a 22-year-old from Peckham. John Boyega will join Harrison Ford, Carrie Fisher and Mark Hamill, who reunite for Star Wars Episode 7. The film, which is due to be released at the end of next year, will mostly be shot in the UK, starting in May at Pinewood Studios. Well, in our Birmingham studio is Mark Newbold, who co-owns the most popular Star Wars fan website in the UK, JediNews.com. Good evening to you. Thanks very much indeed for being with us. What does JediNews.com think of all this then today?
We're very pleased. It's great news. It's something we've been waiting for a long time. Fandom's been talking about this, hypothesising who's going to be chosen. We were hoping the big three, Hamill, Fisher and Ford, would be coming back, and they are, along with some of the other returning members from the previous films. Yeah, it's a nicely balanced cast. Everybody's really thrilled.
I have to say, being old enough to remember the first three Star Wars that were made, that it is pretty fantastic coup getting Hamill, Ford and Fisher back on board.
Oh yeah, I mean, especially Ford. I think Harrison Ford, he'd kind of moved on after returning the Jedi into other things, and I think shifted his focus, but in later years, or more recently, he's kind of softened to it again. And to get him back, yeah, I think that's the coup of the century, really, and it really solidifies the fact that we're going back into the classic era of Star Wars, and it's 35 years on, but with those classic characters, it really makes it feel like a big event.
Yeah, I mean, R2-D2, C-3PO and Chewbacca,
yep.
The original actors are back for those roles as well. What do you think of the suggestion that there needs to be fresh blood in here as well? John Boyega from Peckham, what do you think of that?
It's great, and there does need to be fresh blood. The story's set 35 years on from the last film, so life will have moved on in the Star Wars galaxy. People have got older, obviously. You know, they've accommodated that by moving the story 35 years further on to match the ages of the older actors. But yeah, I mean, the previous three films brought new blood in. The original three films had a nice balance, so it's the way to do it, and it'll make new stars. Boyega was in Attack of the Block. Adam Driver, for example, has been in Girls on American TV. You know, some of the other actors have been in various things, maybe not such high-profile things, but yeah, it's a nice balance.
And fantastic news as well that much of it's going to be made here in the UK.
Yeah. It's where Star Wars was born. I mean, Star Wars is essentially a British film. You know, the original three were made here. The first of the prequels was pretty much made here, and all of them have had scenes shot at various UK studios. So, and a lot of the cast, the crew, it's very much a British film. I think people need to know that.
Fantastic. Mark Newbold from JediNews.com. May the Force be with you.
And with you.
Thanks. Moving on now. It's a new system which means you can pay or receive money using just your mobile